Assalamualaikum, my name is Hafiy. Currently, I'm doing my internship at 5 Bintang Logistics Sdn Bhd. I'm in position Customer Service Freight Department. This video is for my export and import produce interview assessment. So let's go for question number 1. Question number 1. Ethical decision example. One example was handling a shipment where I was asked to prepare a letter of authorization for a job where LBL was the actual consignee in the master bill of lading. Normally, an LOA can be signed by the customer, but since LBL was the consignee, company policy requires it to be issued under LBL owns letterhead and signed by an authorized LBL signatory, not the external customer. I raised with my supervisor instead of using the customer versus to save time, and we correct it before sending. The outcome was the documentation stayed compliant and we avoid a rejection from the shipping line. So question number 2. Define social responsibility in export-import content. Social responsibility in import-export means making sure our documentation and declaration are honest, transparent, and don't harm other parties, customers, shipping lines, or custom authorities. For example, not under-declaring container contents, not backdating documents, and being accurate with HS code and cargo details, because these things affect duty collection, safety, and trust between all trade parties. Question number 3. Ethical or professional decision on tax or duty. During my internship, I handled a case where HS code given by the shipper did not match our internal GBA reference. For example, a chemical product like benzophone 3 or diethyl cyanide. Instead of guessing or using whatever code was easiest, I escalate to shipper or customer to confirm the correct HS code before proceeding, because using the wrong code affects duty calculation could be considered non-compliant. The result was accurate. Declaration even thought it took longer. Alright, it's okay. Question number 4. Collect or superior asked to omit into from custom declaration. I have not personally been asked to omit information, but I always been guided that if a supplier or shipper give incomplete or questionable cargo details, I don't proceed. I go back and request clarification or the correct MSDS or HS code first. I will not submit or forward a declaration I know has missing or incorrect information, even if it delays the job, because it protects the company and stays within Custom Act requirement. So that's things that we need to be integrated. Question 5. Handling questionable supplier or clients into custom form. When a supplier information looks incomplete, like when the HS code does not match our GBA list, I don't just accept it. I email the shipper or customer directly to confirm, and I hold the document until it's clarified. I keep the request professional and specific, referencing the exact discrepancy so it's easy to correct. Question number 6. How Incoterm affect buyer or seller? Ethical use to avoid misunderstanding. Through my supervisor and daily job handling, I learned that Incoterms define exactly where the risk and cost transfer from seller to buyer. For example, who pay for the freight, who is responsible for the insurance, and who arrange custom clearance. Using correct Incoterms ethically means both parties know their responsibility upfront, which avoid later, especially on who pays demurrage or handle EDO release. Question number 7 for A. Why correct income term matters or links to professionalism? Using the correct income term is important because it removes ambiguity. Everyone knows who is responsible for freight, for insurance, and current costs. It's professional because it protects of the company and the client from dispute, and ethical because it ensures fair of cost and risk, not shifting burden unfairly onto one side. 7B. Involved in preparing document in contempt FOB, CF, EXW. Yes, in my daily tasks, I deal with bill of lading and shipping instruction where in contents like FOB and CF are start. To ensure everything is correct, I cross and check the BL details against the shipping instruction. Confirm the consignee and notify the party match make sure the LOA or LOI match the correct signatory based on who is actually the consignee under the income terms. Question 8A. How income terms category affect exporter or importer obligation, ethical trade practice? For example, in shipment where LBL is the notified party or forwarding agent versus where LBL is the actual consignee, the obligations are different. This changes who is authorized to sign the LOA. Understanding this helped me apply the correct income term based responsibility rather than assuming one template fits every job, which keep the process ethical and accurate. 8B. Documentation clearly outlining income term and responsibility transparency. Yes, the bill of lading and letter of authorization I handle always clear states responsibility. My roles include checking that the CLA consignee details and port ledger costs are correct before submission. I don't proceed if something looks inconsistent. This keeps the whole process transparent for all parties involved. So, recommendation to improve ethics or social responsibility in export process. My recommendation is for companies to standardize a clarification first policy, meaning any HS code, cargo detail or income term assignment that looks unclear must be confirmed with the customer before documents are issued rather than assumed. This reduces compliance risks and builds a more transparency before exporter and importers and custom. So I hope this can help me for me to improve in future. So that's all for me. Thank you. Hafiy bin Zainudin.